I don't think women were taken seriously in terms of being part of the workforce. There were a lot of gender issues in the 70s.
A lovely man at a very large ad agency at one point had to say, "Sheila, I would love to have you come in and interview, but I couldn't hire you. They wouldn't let me. We don't have women in account work."
One particular gentleman informed me that I would never succeed in the industry because I was female. I had never detailed, and I had not completed college.
He came to me and he said, well, we had a big meeting, and, everyone was just, kind of concerned, Ruth, whether or not you would have the balls to do the job. And we all decided you did. You just wore them in a different place. And I remember I was supposed to feel flattered about that,
The attitude was women can't be account executives, can't run the account because the clients won't allow it.
There was still this very large poster up on the bulletin board that said women will be terminated at their 5th month of pregnancy. And that I thought that it was time for all of us to kind of get into a different century. I think a lot of us had to learn a lot on our own, and that's a problem. And when you do it all on your own, you're a bit in isolation, and you don't get to hear what other people have learned and thought of.
Women were not members, not that they were not allowed to, but companies were not reimbursing dues or paying dues for women for the most part. So you had no directory to pick up and find anyone else.
Peg's comment to me that day when we were meeting for lunch was, there's starting to be more and more of us around. We really should get to know each other. Our future jobs could depend on it.
We really wanted to reach out to all the women that we had, come in contact with across our industry.
No email, no fax machines. You weren't running off memos at your company place of business. Primarily it was word of mouth and the pharmaceutical journal sales reps who took these handmade flyers from company to company on sales calls, posted them in restrooms.
It was just, we'd had lunch, we'd had another smaller meeting, we'd met at someone's apartment, and this was the 4th meeting, and let's see who comes. And we had something between 80 and 100 women show up and totally jam-pack the conference room. The goal, as stated in the original bylaws, was to give recognition to the work being done by women in the industry.
I don't necessarily agree that all men are from Mars and women from Venus, but sometimes we do have differences in the things that are important to us. And so it was really wonderful to come across other women and to be supportive of each other.
We had financial managers come in and talk about how to set up your portfolio. How, not only once you're making money, but how do you keep it?
We talked about how to go in there and ask for a raise, because that was certainly something that a woman was never taught to do. I mean, men were expected to go out there, be the breadwinner, and, they had to know how to go out there and fight for their raises and stuff like that. And we didn't have that kind of training, background, or thought processes. And, most people didn't feel we were working for money anyway, right? I mean, why did women need money, right?
We wanted to really emphasize that you were bringing your expertise to the table, not your gender, but your expertise to the team, your professionalism, your expertise, your creativity.
How do you balance having a home, a family, and what you hope will be a very good career? I believe if there were not a few men with vision, we wouldn't have gotten started as well as we did.
Many were employees of publishing firms, ad agencies, but I will stress that it was the publications firms that had the wherewithal to help us.
Harry Brown at McGraw-Hill, who got us our first large meeting space and paid for it out of his own pocket because he couldn't even expense it. These were the men who helped us. And you need help. I think it grew naturally, and it grew because the time was right and it met a need.
It was unanimous that we had all that each individual person's accomplishment had done it for the group.
The constant growth of the organization proved that we were really striking a chord.
When I went to an HBA Woman of the Year luncheon just a couple of years ago to see how vast the organization was now, and to get the communications to see that there are so many cities involved, it gave me a really wonderful feeling to know that we had started this organization and given women an opportunity to really meet other women in the field and to become such a moving force in the industry.
We've come so far since 1973. We still have a ways to go, but I think it's been tremendous. I think it's been tremendous.
That it's as big as it is just makes me feel fantastic.
You're simply the best, better than all the rest, better than anyone.
Please welcome Mary Stutts, HBA's Chief Executive Officer.
Good afternoon. You all look amazing. Thank you so much for sharing this special event with us. I asked the team to share this video because the Founders video that you just saw, because it felt critically important to share it with those who may have never seen it and to remind those who have seen it. Because when everything you stand for and have focused on is being tested, it is important to remember your origins. Yeah. To remember what brought you here in the first place, whether it was 50 years ago, like our two amazing Peg and Ruth, or 40 years ago, like our founders, or 20, like me, or only months ago. Why are we here? Whether we are members, stakeholders, supporters, partners, or employees, why are we gathered here as a united community? Is it because we realize that there is something special and unique about the mission and the vision of the HBA and the purpose of the HBA to drive profound impact with deeper reach and more potentially positive progress for women, for men, for children and families, and yes, even corporations, literally around the world? Is it because we have come so far and had so much impact that we cannot stop? The old gospel song says, I've come too far from where I started from. Just indulge me for a minute. The song says, nobody told me that the road would be easy. Did you hear anybody on that video, on the Founders video, say that it would be easy? No. But the visionary women and the men who understood it, who supported and funded the vision, they knew it had to be done. It wasn't about being easy. It was about necessity. I accepted this role 2 years ago because I knew the vision, the mission, the work had to be sustained. Interestingly, a year ago at this very event, I asked the attendees the question, what is at stake? And I ask you again today, what's at stake? And today, now more than ever, the answer is still everything. Everything is at stake. We are hearing the words merit and meritocracy being bandied about as the new buzzwords. But the concept of merit is not new. Similar to the work that we've always done that was recently labeled as DE&I, the work was not new, just the term when it surfaced about 10 years ago. But our work to help health industry companies develop, engage, retain, and promote its workforce is needed just as much now as it was 50 years ago. Yeah. And we have no intention of stopping. Yeah. Women, men, corporations, and patients are always going to need the work of the HBA. What we offer has always been and will continue to be available to everyone in the corporations, in the communities who share our vision and understand that when women have a seat at the table, the best decisions will be made. And I'm here to tell you today, this is all at stake, as we know, so we, the collective we, are not done. We're going to keep helping women and workforces turn their career dreams into reality because that's what we do and that's who we are. And we will not let this hard-fought, rightfully earned legacy slip through our fingers. Let's be clear. Merit has always been the baseline. That's the starting point, the bare minimum for every job. And we've got merit and then some. But let's not forget, merit isn't just one-sided. It's a two-way street, maybe even a three-way street. What do you mean? Yes, employees have to merit. They have to earn their roles. That's a given. But companies have to earn something too. Companies have to merit those employees staying there working for them. Yeah, they have to earn the trust, the loyalty, the choice of people who decide to stay and grow with their company. That's two. And above all, patience. Patients deserve more than just our innovation. Listen, patients merit our full commitment. They merit better health outcomes. They merit the end of health disparities. Patients merit a real chance to live the lives of their dreams. And we are here to deliver on that promise. Absolutely. As a united force for change, that's all of us. And that is why the HBA is stepping forward once again to evolve our narrative. Just like our visionary, courageous founders who had the audacity to challenge the status quo, we too are called to rise to this moment, to ask the hard questions, to shape a future that doesn't just reflect the world as it is, but leads it toward what it must become. So in the coming weeks, we invite you to be a part of this process. We'll be hosting virtual sessions, open conversations about how we adapt to the realities of today while staying true to the mission that brought us all here, to further advancement and impact, to sustain momentum, and to focus our collective energy on what matters most. Because this is the work that must be done, regardless of what you call it. This is the work that ensures our workforces reflect the patients we serve, that ensures women around the world who are and always will be the backbone and majority of healthcare and caregiving, that they're not only present, but they are prepared, they are promoted, they are innovating, and they are leading. So we are deepening our offerings with tools like our HBA Academy Learning Management System that provides leadership development and advancement opportunities to our members and our corporate partners, employees around the world, not just for today's United Force for Change, but for tomorrow's pipeline of leaders. For the women leaders and the men who stand beside them, who understand that balanced leadership isn't just a goal, it is a business imperative. This is our moment to carry forward the spirit of the HBA founders, to listen, to lead, and to keep showing the world what's possible together. Thank you.